Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another fun episode. You know, when I was a kid, I was thrilled about these things, about the sparkles, because you can lit them up and then in the dark you can write some letters in the air or draw some figures. And basically all that I was doing was like making a big crazy circles in the air, and I couldn't wait to see the result on a photo that my parents took. Of course, if you want to create some interesting drawing in the air using a sparkle and to have that great effect in your images, all you need to have is a sparkle, lighter or matches to light this up, and camera with longer exposure, and you need to be in the dark. And of course you need to have some drawing skills and good visualization, because when you draw some letters or make some drawings in the air with the sparkle, you need to visualize where your drawing is and where your letters are positioning in the air, because you cannot see the result until the photo is done. Fortunately, there is a way to create a perfect drawings with the sparkle, like you can see on some examples here on the screen. All you need to have is a Photoshop, some sparkle brushes, and some good imagination. So without further ado, let's jump straight into Photoshop and let me show you how it's done. Alright guys, first thing that we want to do is to create some sparkle brushes, and to do that you need to have some sparkle photos. You can find some of them online, for example on pexels.com, or you can make your own using the camera, sparkle, and you need to be in the dark. Alright guys, to create a brush out of this photo, first thing that we need to do is to invert the photo, because we need to have a white background for creating a brush. So to do that, I will just press Ctrl or Command I on a keyboard, and then I need to desaturate this. I will use again keyboard shortcut Shift Ctrl U or Shift Command U on a Mac, and that's it. We are ready to create a brush out of this. But I don't like these leftovers here to be in my brush, so I will erase them. I can use eraser or brush tool with white color, and I will just erase all the things that I don't want to be part of my brush. Okay, and now we just need to go to edit and define brush preset. But remember, if your photo resolution is higher than 5000 pixels on longer side, you will not be able to create a brush, because the highest brush size is 5000 pixels. So you can see here my define brush preset is grayed out because my photo is 6000 by 4000 pixels, and all I need to do is to crop this photo a little bit to reduce some pixels, and now I will be able to create brush out of this. Just go edit, define brush preset, and rename your brush as ever you want, and you will see here the result of your brush. You will have a brush. I will not create this brush again, because I already have my set of 25 plus 8 different brush sparkle brushes here, as you can see. You can buy all those brushes and the action to create this effect really fast and easy, just basically with one click. You will see that later in the video. So you can buy all of that on my website. They are just a couple of bucks, and you can find that link down there in the description. Alright guys, now that we have made some custom sparkle brushes, let's go and create our masterpiece using that. First thing what I want to do here is to delete this layer, because I will not need it anymore, and I already have a background. I will use this image as a background, and I will use a silhouette of this deer to convert it into interesting sparkle drawing effect. And of course there are a few different ways how you can convert your objects, like this silhouette or some text or some hand drawing, into a sparkle drawing effect, and I will show you all of them today. So let's go back into Photoshop. Alright guys, first thing that we want to do here is to convert this silhouette into an outline edge, and this method is the same for any silhouette you choose. So you need to go to Filter, Stylize, and find Edges, and that's it. Now all you need to do is to delete this white color. So I will use Magic Wand tool, click on that, press delete on the keyboard, and that's it. Deselect with Ctrl Command D, and if I zoom this, you will see that I have this outline edge of this deer. Right, the next step is to convert this outline edge into a working path. So to do that, first you need to select this edge by pressing Ctrl Command key and click on the layer. Now we have a selection, and just go here to path and click on this icon to convert this selection into a working path, and that's it. This is a first step. Right now we need, let's go back to layers. We need to convert a new layer, rename it to anything that you want. I will rename it to Sparkle, like S for Sparkle 01, or you don't even need to rename those layers, because eventually we will merge, flatten all layers together, and then we will have again only one layer. So it's your choice. Alright, let's go back here, and now we need to select a brush. So I will press B on the keyboard and go right click and find my sparkle brushes. They are right here, right? And as you can see here, I will choose this one just for example. First thing that I like to do is, let's go with opacity all the way to 100%. First thing that I want to do is to use just this part of brushes, alright, just this part. And I already made the brush that has only this part, and to do that you again need to have a sparkle photo and just select this part of photo, delete everything else and convert that part into a brush. So I will delete, oops, I will undo this, okay, and I will go to my brushes again and choose this type of brushes that I created. So let's start maybe with, let me choose maybe number 18, alright, and this is just one part of the sparkle, so this is really good for a start. So now I will do some necessary adjustments for the brush, because now this is not so interesting. So I will press F5 on the keyboard to go to brush properties, and these steps I will do for all my other brushes on the future steps. So I will go to shape dynamics, use a size jitter all the way up and angle jitter all the way up. As you can see, now we have already more interesting result, right? And then I will go to transfer and use opacity jitter, some smaller values like 19 or 20 or never mind, some small values of percentage, so that I will have slight variation in opacity of those strokes. It's not so visible, but it's good for the final result. And I will go to brush tip shape and play with the spacing. So my first layer here with the first brush will have 10% spacing. Second layer will have a little bit more, third even more, and so on and so on. Alright, let's close this, choose a proper size of a brush. Let's zoom this there. I will choose a proper size of a brush, maybe for start even smaller or even smaller. Let me see. Yeah, I want even smaller than this. This for start, I think it's okay. And now I want to populate this path with this brush stroke. So to do that, I will go to pen tool. Now that I set my brush, first you need to set the brush like I did here. Then go to pen tool, right click and go to stroke path. Choose from this list of tools brush and press OK. And as you can see, I have my brush all around this deer. Okay, now let's go to the next step to create the next layer and choose another brush and repeat all steps again like I did with the previous steps. Just you need to make spacing a little bit wider and brush a little bit bigger. So let's choose another brush, maybe number 15. Okay, and I will go again to brush properties. Shape dynamics all the way up, size jitter, angle jitter all the way up, transfer just a little bit, and brush tip shape, spacing a little bit more. Let me see. This is not bad. And guys, remember that you don't need to do this all the time. You can create this kind of brushes just by making those necessary changes here. The brush settings, and go right here and create new brush preset and rename this. You can capture the brush size in preset, include tool settings and include color. So the next time you choose that brush, it will already have all the properties that you change right now. Alright, I'm doing this just for you to see the complete process from the scratch. Okay, let's close this, and I used the wrong brush, but never mind, I'll just do it again. And guys, actually I will just fast forward this because it's boring you to watch me doing all these steps. It's completely the same like I did for the first example, just I need to repeat a few times this completely same steps. Okay, see you in a few seconds. Alright guys, and make sure to use a white color for your brush. Don't use any other colors, just use a white color and everything will be fine. Alright, let's fast forward it again. Alright guys, and that's it for now. I'm finished with using this kind of brushes. I will now create a new layer and again choose, but different brush this time. I will choose a full sparkle brush and let's start with number 2. This is a full sparkle brush. Now before that we just used some portion of sparkle brush, right? And I will again go to F5, change all the settings, size jitter, angle jitter all the way up, and transfer a little bit, and brush tip shape. This time I will increase spacing really high, starting with this. Let's make this brush smaller, and I think this is nice. Press P on the keyboard, stroke pad, and press OK. If you're messed up like I did right now, just undo this, change the brush size, because this is obviously too big, something like that. And again, P on the keyboard, right click, go to this, and this is much better. As you can see, really nice. Now I will create again new layer and repeat this step with this regular full sparkle brushes a few times. Maybe this one is interesting. Let me see. Now it's too small, so yes, this is good. F5, again change the size and the angle jitter, transfer, and go to the spacing, increase the spacing a lot. And again, let me see the size, not bad. Let's try it. P on the keyboard, right click, go with this, and as you can see, if you don't like the position of this effect, just undo it and go again to stroke pad and repeat the procedure. So because it's completely random position of these sparkles, right? And I will do one more time. Or if you don't want to rely on this random effect, you can just go with a regular sparkle brush without any settings in a brush properties. Just choose maybe sparkle number 7, right? And let me see, just go here, put one here, maybe one here, one here, one maybe on the tail, on a leg right here, and so on and so on. And you can choose another brush, maybe this number 5, and just place this, or you can do that automatically like I did in the previous step. But if you're satisfied with the result like this, then all you need to create is another outline here with a regular brush, and we are done. So to do that, let's go all the way down. Okay, here create a new layer and just use a regular Photoshop brush. I will go all the way up, something around 50 or 60% hardness, white color, and now I will choose the size. Maybe this is still too big, maybe this, right? And again, P on the keyboard, right click, stroke pad, and that's it. Let me see, this is really nice. Now we can go to path and delete this work path by clicking on the delete icon, and that's it. All right, let's go to layers, merge all layers together, press Ctrl Command G to group them, and now we can duplicate this group if we want, or we can merge all elements in the group together by pressing Ctrl Command E, and we are done. Now double click on the group and use outer glow to make the effect a little bit better. And here you can choose the color, you can choose the size of the glow. I will go with all the way to the 0. You can change this range, change the range, it's rhyme. All right, and you can change the opacity of the screen. I like to put it on screen. You can put it in overlay, or you can put it in maybe, let's show color dodge or anything. You can even leave it into normal if you want, but it doesn't matter. Let's leave it in the normal for now. Press OK, and now I will go right click and go rasterize layer style, right? And I will create a new adjustment layer, hue and saturation, clip it to this so that I can change the color of this if I want. If I don't want to change the color, I can boost the saturation or reduce the saturation. That's an option too. Okay, next step to make this even more interesting is to create a new adjustment layer. You can use exposure, for example. Lower the exposure here and just use this mask with a regular brush, really soft one this time. Okay, make a brush bigger and just paint down below with the black color to reveal the original brightness. And this looks like this deer is emitting the light down below. And you can create a bonus tip to create a new adjustment layer, put it in a color dodge or overlay blending mode, and use some bright yellow or orangey color, and just with some small opacity value, 20 or 10, 50%, you can paint down below, or you can change from color large to overlay, depends on an image and the effect you want to achieve. So this is really nice. And again, then you can merge everything together and go to filter, camera raw, and play with this even more. Alright guys, and now I will show you how you can convert the text and a freehand drawing into this sparkle drawing effect. And this time I will use my previously created action because I don't want to waste your and my time creating everything from scratch. So let me show you how this can be done really quickly, basically in a few seconds. Alright guys, let's go to another image. Let's use this one, and this time I will create some text. Press T on the keyboard and let's just type street. Let's press OK. I will use this font, why not? Make this a little bit bigger, and that's it. Now we need again to convert this to an outline. So I will show you another way how you can convert some silhouette or text to an outline, not just by using a filter and stylize fine edges. There is another way. Just right click here and rasterize type, and then you need to select this text. To select the text, just press Ctrl Command key and click on the layer right here. As you can see, text is selected, and go to select, modify, and contract. And you can contract by this 10, I think it's okay. Yes, it's okay. And just press delete to delete the inside part of this selection, and that's it. Now we have really nice outline out of this text. So this is another way. And now I will just rename this street into a drawing. If you want to use my action, then please make sure that the layer that you want to transform into that sparkle drawing effect is named drawing with a small first letter. So there are no capital letters, drawing like you can see here on the screen, and that you have a background that is locked. Alright, now that we fulfill all the requirements, let's go to an action and go to Nemanja Sparkle and press play. And you will see just in a few seconds the effect will be done. That's it. Now we have this fill color layer, and we can change this, make the opacity smaller, actually this brighter or darker, and we can go here and use a regular brush. Let's just use a regular brush, and again make this brighter and make this part brighter maybe, and this part brighter, just to have that impression that this is illuminated by those letters. And again, you can create a new layer, put it in maybe overlay blending mode, use some bright yellowish color, experiment with the color, and just paint over like this, like maybe here and maybe here, and that's it. Let me show you. This is just before and this is after, really quickly in a few seconds. Alright, and let's go to another image. Let's go here and let's create some freehand drawing. So I will create a new layer, renaming to drawing because I want to use my action, and I will use a brush, maybe 50 or 60% hardness, and make a brush smaller like this, opacity all the way up. And let me see, I want to use white color, and I will just create some guy sitting right here, why not, like this. Okay, this is a body, this is really nice head with an eyes and smiley, maybe he has some hair here, and maybe one arm will be right here and another will be here waving to us, right? And all I need to do is to go to an action, press play, and wait to action to finish the job, and that's it. Now I can go right here again, use a regular brush and make this brighter, maybe like this, 50%, and just make this brighter. Okay, and I can double click on this and feather the mask a little bit like that, and create a new layer, put into overlay, and use some color, maybe not this brown but this yellow, white, and just paint right here, maybe 50% opacity, just like it is illuminated by this guy, and maybe here in the shadows a little bit too, and that's it. Of course you can go and lower the opacity of this, merge everything together, go to filter, camera raw, and again play with, maybe you want to add vignetting here, maybe you want to add some contrast, clarity, to dehaze it, maybe you want to add some vibrance and so on, and have image like that. Maybe you want to crop it, why not? And that's basically it. And this is how you can really easily create this sparkle drawing effect using my action. And again, if you want to buy my action with all my custom made sparkle brushes, you can go to my website. The link is down there in the description. They're only a couple of bucks. Alright guys, I hope that you like this tutorial and that you learned something new out of it. If you have any questions regarding to this episode, please leave them in the comments below. I will be more than glad to answer them. If you want to help me to make this channel even bigger and better, you can do it by visiting my Patreon page. The link is down there in the description, and of course you will get some things in return. Subscribe if you're not already, ring that bell to get notified about all the future episodes, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.